Mumtaz, you are the love of my life, said Shah Jahan to his dying wife. They say his love for his wife was the reason why he built Taj Mahal. At the age of 10, I wanted to be like Shah Jahan. I wanted to find my Mumtaz. But the following year, when I went to school, my history teacher told me that Shahjahan had married 3 more times post Mumtaz's death. And he had a sum total of 13 wives. True love, huh? Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear friends.
Good evening.
Today, we'll do a bit of analysis about this divine thing called love. So what is this love? When I asked this to a recently married friend, he said, Deeraj, love is something that cannot be expressed in words. I was intrigued. Okay, let's take a step back. How many of you know Newton's third law? All of us, right? It governs the entire universe, but it can be told in less than 8 words. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. And here was my friend telling that the entire English vocabulary is not enough to give a definition of love. We, civilized, educated, rational thinking people, learn everything about love from movies, songs, and Bangalore Times. In the past decade, people like Shah Rukh Khan, Arjit Singh, and a bloke called Chetan Bhagat are our role model in the chapter of love. And dialogues like, "Hi, my name is Raj, naam to suna hoga," to books like One and a Half Girlfriend is setting the framework for the definition of love. Now let's take an example. What do you think is the most romantic movie of the 20th century? Any guesses? Okay. Good. All of that is correct. But I will take my favorite, Titanic. Okay, Titanic is a movie where the hero Jack meets and falls in love with the heroine Rose. So Jack is an amateur sketch artist, and he's a little more wealthier than Vijay Mallya, which is he has zero money. Then there is a heroine, Rose. She is a beautiful damsel, but she rejects the prospect of marrying any rich and handsome man because she's a bit moody and whiny. That's it. And sometimes in the journey, they both meet and fall in love. Then, as you may have observed in the movie, few things happen in the back of the car and front of the ship, and they decide they are soulmates. Done. They have no common goals, no shared hobbies, nothing. They are set for life. Cut to the end of the movie. There's this log of wood. There is our heroine on the top and hero in the water. And that's when you hear the terrible song. Like, every night in my dreams, I feel you. I feel you. Well, I have only one question. Madam Rose, if you had given little space for our hero, you could see him every day next to you in the bed. But I guess, who needs a husband when you can have a romantic song? And we see the same kind of misconceptions in even books. How many of you have read Romeo and Juliet? Okay, cool. So I will not get into the details of Romeo and Juliet. If I had to summarize it in one sentence, it's like this. Romeo and Juliet is a 3-day relationship between a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, at the end of which they end up killing each other. And they kill 4 other people. So does this sound like a love story? If you ask me, it sounds like a teenage horror story. So after all this information, right, me being me, had to experience the euphoria of love. So even it's now time for you guys to hear my story. Even I had a girl who was really hot-tempered. She was very good in mathematics, and I was very good in astronomy. Probably that explains why our chemistry never worked out. Whenever we wanted to meet, she always wanted to meet in South Bangalore, and I always wanted to meet in North Bangalore. I should have realized it then, that our love was not headed in the right direction. After spending months of time and all my money, she decided to take some action. Being a mathematician, she did all the permutation and combination, and she decided the best course of action was to marry someone else without telling me. And me, being the astronomy nerd, gazed at the stars and wondered whether there is a parallel universe where I could be happy. She had promised me that we would go abroad and settle in a different country. But all she did was push me into this state called depression. This is true love for you, friends. True love is a feeling that gets you high and makes you fly. And if you're not careful, it can also make you die. And as a fellow lover and also a loser, you realize that there is only one word difference between lover and loser. I have a few words of advice for you. The next time your heart skips a beat when you see a romantic movie, it's very necessary for you to visit a cardiologist. And how many of you believe in love at first sight here? None? Okay. If you believe in love at first sight, please take a closer second look. Not only at the face, but the entire character. And for those of you who want to get into a relationship because you're lonely, I have a word of suggestion. So please go home, switch off all the lights, and open your laptop and watch a horror movie. At least for a few hours, you'll have imaginary friends. Despite all the things that I just said, my quest for Mamtas still stays as long as I am alive and the Taj Mahal stands there. My quest for Mamtas is still there till I am alive and the Taj Mahal stands still. That looks like something our previous speaker can use in their Tinder profile. What say, Madam Toastmasters?
Entertaining speech, Deeraj. So yeah, that's why I said he's a rock star. So now, moving on to the next section. Yeah, this is truly a very constructive recreation where we have collected very important, many messages. I cannot restrict to one or two. There were many messages that we learned from our prepared speeches today. Love what you do what you love, and you can fix it as long as I can recall. And anything beyond the limit is always poisonous. So don't add your salt, be it salt or be it love or be it whatever. Add with your limits, which will be always good for your health and wealth. So that's the only reason that I come back to Toastmaster sessions week on week, which is a very constructive recreation for me. Now moving on to the next section is the table topic section, where one of us will be, okay, before moving on to the table topic section, sorry about that, I'd like to invite Deeraj, evaluator, the muscular megla of our club, to deliver his evaluation.